vital organs. It's natural to hesitate or to question yourself when faced with an emergency. There are many myths about performing CPR.
Okay. So it's Nurse Collins. I'm Nurse Collins, and I'm back with another video. Today, I want to review, I want to talk about, and I want to discuss some of these myths, some of these misconceptions that we are hearing as health professionals, as researchers, clinicians, some of the myths that we're hearing as it relates to cardiac arrest and CPR in the communities. This training video does a very good job at breaking it down, and so I'm going to let her just do that, and then I'm going to jump back in. So I am going to take this here, and I'm going to turn the screen around. Bear with me. I'm going to basically just watch. Get that kind of set up there. Perfect. So let's talk about the myths.
1. True or false? Many Americans are prepared to act in an emergency. False. Most Americans feel helpless to act because they don't know how to perform CPR or are afraid of hurting the person. Unfortunately, less than half the people who need CPR get the immediate help they need before advanced help arrives. Myth number 2. You can hurt someone by giving CPR. Even if someone doesn't need CPR, you're unlikely to hurt someone by providing it. Although it's possible for a person to receive injuries like a broken rib, these injuries are minor compared with death. Survival rates drop by as much as 10% for every minute that a person does not receive CPR. Doing something to help someone is better than doing nothing. Myth number 3. You can be sued for performing CPR. All 50 states have Good Samaritan laws in place to protect people who try to help save a life. For more information on Good Samaritan laws in your state, check your state government's website. Myth number 4. True or false? AEDs should be used only by healthcare professionals. False. AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator. AEDs are safe and easy to use by anyone. We'll discuss AEDs in more detail later. For now, all you need to know is that to operate one, you simply turn it on and follow the prompts. An AED will only provide a shock if the person needs it.
All right. So now that she has given you 4 common myths that we have found whenever we're addressing the community in regards to CPR and first aid. So let's talk about them. Number 1, the first myth is that most people are prepared to act in an emergency situation. So yes, that is very false. A lot of times whenever there's an emergency, our adrenaline starts to kick in. It's our body's natural response. It's the fight or flight. And so whenever these emergencies occur, it's natural that we start to become very nervous. We get very anxious. And so one of the things that I always suggest whenever I'm doing training sessions is just to be mindful that during these training sessions, we're just practicing. And in a real emergency, your adrenaline is going to be rushing, and you're going to be trying to, you're going to be kind of heightened. Just remember to stay calm. I break down the steps on how to perform CPR in a way that they should not be forgotten. Just try to remember each and every step, but try to remain calm. Is an emergency? Yes, it is. But you got this. The second myth: you can hurt someone by performing CPR. You can. It is very common to hurt someone when providing CPR. This is something, again, that I talk about in my class. If you don't feel bones breaking, you're not doing this person any justice. You're not doing them any good. Underneath that rib cage is the heart. The heart is responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. When the heart stops, our vital organs are not being perfused. And if they are not perfused within minutes, then we experience death. Organs begin to shut down. So you want to really get into that chest. You want to really stimulate that heart muscle. You want to provide those manual heart contractions for the person whose heart has stopped. In order to do so, you got to break through those ribs. You might have to break through those ribs, and that's why it's very important that we talk about next the Good Samaritan Law. A lot of people are afraid of being sued for causing injury, for maybe not, causing this person to actually survive. Sometimes death does occur despite our actions to provide CPR, and people are afraid to hurt those, to break those bones, and to be held financially liable if they were to cause injury. So again, injuries they're part of they often occur. There's sometimes no way around causing injury to those ribs. Quality and effective CPR requires us to push very hard and fast on the chest, so that happens. You cannot be sued. All 50 states, as the video has mentioned, has adopted the Good Samaritan Law. The Good Samaritan Law protects bystanders in the event that something goes wrong, something doesn't go perfect. You cannot be held liable, so don't let that be a reason for you not to stop and help. The last myth that she discussed was that AEDs should only be used by healthcare professionals. As she mentioned, AEDs are very easy to operate. Anybody, a child, 5 years old, could probably operate an AED. All you have to do is turn that bad boy on. So by pressing the on button, you turn that AED on, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So AEDs can be used by anybody, and they should be used. If you have access to an AED, you want to definitely get that. So I'm going to just kind of real quick here go through the steps. You arrive on the scene, someone appears to be unresponsive. You always assess your scene for safety, making sure that you don't step into a situation that is unsafe for you. Number 2, you want to check for responsiveness. Everybody who is down is not in need of CPR. You do not need to call 911. So you want to check that person for responsiveness. Are you okay? Are you okay? If that person is okay, if they're conscious, they're going to make some noise. They're going to let you know that they're fine. If they are not responsive in that moment, you're going to yell for help, or you're going to grab your own cell phone, dial 911, and put it on speaker mode. You want to get help on the way. From there, you're going to go back down. You're going to look at the person again, checking for responsiveness, because now you're getting ready to start CPR. Immediately, you want to open up that person's shirt to expose the chest, and you want to begin CPR. 30 compressions followed by 2 breaths. You're going to be pressing very hard and fast on the center of that chest. As soon as that AED arrives, you're going to use that. Your compressions are going to be manually creating that blood flow for the person, and as soon as the AED arrives, you're going to turn that on and you're going to use it. By using that, it will create an actual shock to the heart. So it's going to wake the heart up. That's the hope and the goal of using that AED, is that it's going to kind of shock the heart back into a normal rhythm. But good luck, you got this. I thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to talk about some of the myths, some of the things that we're hearing in the community. And these are things that are preventing people from actually stopping to help. Don't be a bystander. You have the power to do something. And so everything that I talked about, these myths, let's just kind of wipe those out of our head, because now you have some actual factual information to go by. I thank you again for watching. Stay tuned. I'll continue to post videos in the near future. Much love. Compressed CPR. If you're interested in booking a course with me, reach out to me at mscollins3791 @yahoo.com. Thank you.